Welcome back to the class. Today we will continue the same chapter carbon and its compounds. As we learned earlier, carbon has, what is the atomic number of carbon? 6. So its electronic configuration is 2, 4. Okay, this is called valence electron. The outermost cell electron is called valence electron. Is it stable? This is carbon elements configuration. That means electrons. Is the carbon stable? No, the carbon is not stable. To be stable, the outer cell, that means outermost electron should be 8. In order to attain stability, that means to attain 8, they will make 4 bonds. 4 covalent bonds. Getting? For example, this is outermost electron. To be stable, it needs 4 more electron. So it get from 4 hydrogen. Clear? So each bond carries 2 electrons. Now the carbon electrons are 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is for carbon electron. That means outermost electron. And they make bond with 4 hydrogen. Each hydrogen has 1 electron. Now what is the total electron here? 2, 8. Now is it stable? It is stable because carbon has outermost electron 8. Understand? See here, it is sharing with each hydrogen. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons. So now it is considered as a stable element. Now what is saturated compound? So before that you should remember only one thing. Carbon make 4 bonds. Because its outermost electron, 4 electrons are there. To attain stability, they make 4 bonds. Because each bond contains 2 electrons. So how many bonds you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Each carbon has 4 bonds. 4 bonds. Only this thing is important for this chapter. Okay, we have studied tetravalency. This one we have studied already. So only one thing remember, each carbon has how many bonds? 4 bonds. In order to attain stability, they make 4 bonds. Each bond carries how many electrons? 2 electrons. This much understood? Now only this word remember, each carbon carries 4 bonds. Now what is saturated compound? The compound. It is a compound because it is this is made of 2 kinds of atom or 2 kinds of element. One is carbon, the other one is hydrogen. So it is a compound. But it is saturated organic compound. Carbon compounds are called organic compound. Carbon compounds are called organic compound. The compound formula is CH4. C with 4 hydrogen. Now I am telling this is called saturated compound. This is called saturated compound. Why is it called so? Why is it called so? Because carbon made 4 single bonds. This is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. 4 single bonds made by carbon. So, if the carbon has 4 single bonds, that means with hydrogen. Okay. Such compound is called saturated organic compound. What is saturated? If the carbon make 4 bonds with a single bond. If the carbon has 4 single bonds, then it is called saturated compound. One more example I make it. This compound, it can be written CH4. The formula can be written, this one is CH4. Okay. The second example I am going to give. This is called, one carbon means meth, single bond means ane, methane. Okay. One carbon means meth and single bond means ane. And second example is, I am going to make a compound with the 2 carbons. Now I am going to make saturated. What is saturated? Each carbon will have 4 single bonds. Now look at this carbon. Only one bond is there. More 3 bonds are required. They made with hydrogen. Okay. This carbon has only one single bond. More how many required? 3. So each carbon made 4 single covalent bonds. Why is it called covalent? Between non-metal they make a covalent bond because sharing occurs. Okay, sharing between 2 elements or 2 atoms. So this is called saturated. What is the formula of this? C2 hydrogen how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. This is another example of saturated. What is that? Hydrocarbon also we can say, or organic compound. Sometimes it is called hydrocarbon, saturated hydrocarbon. Why is it called saturated hydrocarbon? This is a saturated compound because single bond. It is made of single bond. Isn't it? Why is it hydrocarbon? Why is it called hydrocarbon? This compound is made up of only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and carbon. Hydrogen and carbon. So it is called saturated hydrocarbon. Question can be asked like that. Name few examples of hydrocarbon or saturated hydrocarbon. Clear? Saturated means single bond. Hydrocarbon means the compound which is made up of only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and carbon. Shall we make one more example? With the 3 carbon, the compound with the 3 carbons. I told each carbon carries 4 single bonds. This carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4 with the hydrogen. This carbon has 2. This carbon has both the side 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 4 bonds. This carbon is having 1 bond already and 2, 3, 4. So total 4 bonds. So each carbon has 4 single covalent bonds. So it is called saturated hydrocarbon or saturated organic compound. Hydrocarbon also is example, the same example. 3 carbon and how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the name, do you know? Meth, eth, prop. 3 carbon means prop. And the single bond means ane, propane. This is IUPAC's name, we will learn later. Okay? And second question is unsaturated. What is the question? Unsaturated. What is the meaning of unsaturated? Between the carbon compound, maybe double bond or triple bond will be existing. For example, minimum 2 carbons required for making unsaturated compound. Not single bond, double bond or triple bond. These 2 are called unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now I told you each carbon should have how many bonds? 4 bonds. This carbon has 2 bonds. More you make it 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This carbon has 2 bonds. Again make it 3, 4. So each carbon should have 4 bonds. It is called hydrocarbon because it is made up of only carbon and hydrogen. What type of hydrocarbon? Unsaturated. Why is it called unsaturated? Between the carbon there is double bond is existing. Between the carbon double bond is present. So such compounds are called unsaturated hydrocarbon. The other example with a triple bond. Okay, this is unsaturated. And count the bond. Each carbon should have 4. This carbon has 3 bonds. More 1 bond is required, become 4. This carbon has 3. 1, 2, 3. More 1 more bond, 4. So each carbon has how many bonds? 4 bonds. This bond you have to count for this carbon also or this carbon also. Okay. Now you condense the formula. Write the formula C2H4. C2 means what? Meth, eth. Okay. One carbon means meth, two carbon means eth, and double bond means ene. This is for double bond. And for triple bond, ine. Okay, IUPAC's name, that will be studied later. And this is condensate 2C2H2. 2 means eth, triple means ine, ethine. Okay, are you clear? These are the example of unsaturated hydrocarbon. One more example I will give you. With the 3 carbons, okay? Anywhere you write double bond, either this side or that side. This is unsaturated because between carbon there is one double bond is there. So it is called unsaturated. Now count the bond, this carbon 2 is there, more 2. Okay, maximum how many bonds should be there? 4. This should be compulsory, 4 bonds. Each carbon has 4 bonds. This carbon has 1, both the side you count. 1, 2, 3. So more 4, 1 bond. Now it became 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Around this carbon 4 bond. And around this carbon only 1 bond is there. More 2, 3, 4. Over. This is another example of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Why is it called hydrocarbon? Because this compound is made up of only 2 elements, that is carbon and hydrogen. That's a hydrocarbon. And why it is called unsaturated? Between carbon there is one double bond is existing. If there is double bond between carbon, we can say it is unsaturated. Between 2 carbon atom double bond or triple bond is present, then we can say the compound is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now tell me the difference. Difference between saturated and unsaturated. Okay. What is the first difference? Maybe double or triple bond. And this compound will have only single bond. How many single bond? 4 single bonds around the carbon. Who is very reactive? This is very reactive. Okay, too reactive because of availability of these electrons. Soon go for reaction. And this is stable. This is called stable. Unreactive. Okay, you can say unreactive. Almost stable. And then in third difference you can give the example. What is that? Ethene. Here, eth single bond means क्या है? ANA, ethane. This is for single bond. This is for double bond or ethine. This is for triple bond. This is the difference between saturated and unsaturated compound. Next one is isomers. What is the meaning of isomer? Means the carbon compound which have same molecular formula but different structural formula. Such type of compounds are called isomers. Compounds which have same molecular formula but different structural formula. I will explain with examples. For example, the compound is C4H10. Okay, one compound I have taken. Now this is a formula, molecular formula of butane. 4 carbon is meth, eth, prop, but. But single bond, so butane. The molecular formula of butane is C4H10. Okay, and second structural formula. Okay, molecular formula, structural formula. For this compound, I am going to make different structure formula. This is one structure. How many? C4, isn't it? Yes or no? I am going to make a structure. And each carbon will have 4 bond, I told you. Already 1 is there. So again 3. This carbon both the side 2 is there, 1 bond. Then more 3, 4. So total it become 4. Around this carbon 2 bonds are there. So more 2 are required. So total become 4. Around this carbon only 1 bond is there. More 3 are required. 3 bonds are required. Now count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. C4. Hydrogen, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. H10. This is one structure. I am going to make second structure. Okay, 4 carbon. Okay. Now each carbon should have 4 bonds. Around this 1, 2, 3, 4. With the hydrogen. Around this carbon 1, 2, 3 are there. So around this carbon only one bond is there. 2, 3, 4. Around this carbon only one bond is there. So more 3. So it will become 4. Clear? This is another structure. Okay. But the molecular formula, you can check the molecular formula of this compound. C4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen, check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Different structure but having same molecular formula. This structure also C4H10 and this structure also C4H10. Are you getting? Such type of compounds are called isomers. And the whole phenomenon is known as isomerism. Isomerism. The whole phenomenon is known as isomerism. Getting? What is isomers? The compound which has same molecular formula but different structural formula are called isomers. Clear? What is isomers? The compound, this is a compound which has different structural formula but the same molecular formula. Both are having same molecular formula. Different structural formula but having same molecular formula. See the structure, this carbon is here, one is branched. This is straight. Structure is different but the formula, molecular formula remains same. Such a phenomenon is called isomerism. To make isomerism, minimum how many carbons are required? Do you know? 4 carbons are required minimum. Okay, less than 4 carbon you cannot make an isomerism. So minimum how many carbons are required? Minimum 4 carbons are required to make isomerism. More than 4 and more than 4. Clear? And its name is methylprobute single bond A. Here this is a long chain. So methylprop single bond A and this is second carbon attached. This is called methyl. So 2-methyl. This we study later. Okay. This name is called 2-methyl propane. What is the name? 2-methyl propane. 2 is hyphen propane. Single bond, so propane. Okay. So different compound name. But the structure is different but its molecular formula remains same. Both will have same molecular formula. Next one is benzene structure. The structure of benzene is, it will have 6 carbon with alternate double bond. 6 carbon with alternate double bond. Double bond, here double bond, here alternate double bond. Okay, and each carbon should have 4 bond. This carbon has around the carbon 1, 2, 3 bond is there, more 1. Around this carbon 3 bond is there, more 1. Here also more 1, 3 carbon 1, 2, 3. 3 bond is there, so more 1 more bond. This carbon 3 bond is there. This carbon has 3 bond. So overall C6 hydrogen how many? 6. This is the molecular formula of benzene. This is the structure of benzene. It can be written like this also. Okay, or it can be written like this also. Okay, this is what we study in future. This is the structure of benzene. What is the molecular formula? C6H6. 6 carbon and alternate double bond. Clear? Okay, that's all. Practice well. Thank you.